What's going on, everyone? This is Sheets, and I'm going to be going over the NBA slate for this evening. And again, you'll have to bear with me because I'm trying to find the best way to integrate both my stuff, what I know, how to use Paydirt in the right way, how to advise you on plays versus process and things like that. I'm just kind of learning as we go. And there is Mr. James.
What's up?
What's going on, James?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty well. I was very excited about something I was able to do today, and I will show you what that is as we get there. So what I was able to do was my projections, the way that I just kind of set them up myself, look like this, right? Uh-huh. And so what I wanted to do is just figure out a way to get this into the portfolio manager in the right format, and I kind of vibe coded a BAT file that mapped this in the right way to the portfolio manager template. So whenever I do my own stuff and it goes like this, I could just hit one button, and then it becomes this.
Hey, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, so I was real excited to go back and forth with ChatGPT to get what I needed as far as that goes. Again, like NBA live before lock stuff is always very, very strange because I'm going to go over stuff and then in about 20 minutes, it's very possible that news can come in that basically changes everything. So I might, if some big news comes in, we might have to have you rerun stuff as would I. Here's a really interesting question. How long does it take you to rerun a set of stuff if you get new news?
Depends. It depends on how big the news is and how widespread it is, right? So if one player ends up getting ruled out that we kind of already knew about, I can run updates in probably 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes or so, really quick.
Okay.
However, if say it's 4:30 and we get news that somebody's going to be out, right?
4:30 is what?
Or
half hour before lock?
Half hour before lock.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Say it's half an hour before lock and we get somebody that's ruled out. I'm less inclined to go in there and make manual adjustments that are hasty because I'd rather let the auto updater go through, get the process through the pipeline, get all of our sources in, get ownership updated, all that kind of stuff, right? I'd much rather let it have its 15 minutes or so to do all of that stuff.
Right.
I just think that it does. I can go in there and I can make adjustments and I can make manual adjustments to his teammates and all that kind of stuff, right? But making all of those adjustments and then also making ownership projection adjustments, I just trust the algorithms to do it better than me. So if I have the time, I'd rather it take 15 minutes and let the auto updater get through it. If I don't though, and it's 10 minutes before lock, and Joel Embiid or some shit gets ruled out. I can go in there, I can take him out, I can adjust minutes quickly, get an update in before lock in the next couple of minutes so that people can build around that, and then let the auto updater go through its thing and we can see, what it turns out to be. And hopefully it's not the first game of the night. And then people can kind of work off of the auto updater stuff. So it depends on the time, but I mean, within 5 minutes is feasible if I'm in a crunch.
Yeah, one of the things that I always stress to people about the NBA and playing the NBA, it's different than a lot of sports because so much of the NBA really comes down to speed and being able to do stuff quickly on your computer. It's kind of strange to think about, right? But that's just kind of the reality is to be able to manage your technology, your processes in a way that, for some sort of predictability. In other words, I know that if news comes out, like you said, if I wanted to redo projections and redo everything and then redo lineups, it's going to take me about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Where if I just need to rerun lineups with the same projections, I could do a whole new set for my stuff in about 5 minutes.
Right.
So what I do is I make myself a process that kind of adjusts. So let's say that news comes out 8 minutes to post time, right? And I don't have time to rerun everything. Then I'll know that just for that one particular, spot, maybe I'll just go to that team. You know what I mean? And just tweak a couple of things and let him roll. And I know that the ownership is not going to pan out properly, because if one guy gets owned for one team, it's going to affect everybody else on the slate too, sort of. But it's better than nothing, you know.
Yeah.
It's certainly better than me, you know, failing at running anything, you know. So, but again, depending on how, you know, what your process is, it's going to determine, you know, how flexible you can really be. And the NBA, fortunately or unfortunately, is listen, it's a really nasty sport. It's a really nasty sport to play in a lot of ways. I actually went, by the way, I went to the Knicks game last night, Knicks Pistons.
Yeah.
I saw them in the playoffs last year, Knicks against Pistons, and I commented that even with Cade, I said, you know what, they're probably, you know, they're pretty good, but they're probably a year away. Dude, it's a year now. I mean, like, team's legit, and Cade is insane. Okay.
You know, man, they're built like OKC.
Yeah.
They're built like OKC. They got that same, like, they've got like an alpha to bring it up. They've got Cade. They've got long defenders around him. They can play 3-and-D. They're good. Detroit's good.
I mean, that's going to be interesting to see how far they can go. But I mean, they basically toyed with the Knicks last night. I mean, honestly, I mean, like, the Knicks were up like 9-2. The crowd was going crazy, and the Detroit just basically waltzed past them. Like, Tobias Harris even had like a decent game, you know, and he tends to do well. I mean, he's from Westbury, which is about 5 minutes from my house, growing up. So he always plays kind of well here, but he's got a role. Even with Duran out, I mean, they went back and forth with these two centers, the Paul Reed and the Smith, and they used up all their fouls. I think they got like 10 fouls between the two of them. And the thing about the Knicks, I mean, I've been saying this for like 2 years now. I hate this team. I mean, I don't like anything about them. I think that Cat is just like beyond soft. You know, I don't like him at all. I don't like their offense. I don't like anything. So we'll see if they can. I mean, they're kind of destined, as far as I'm concerned, to maybe make, you know, NBA semis or something like that. I mean, conference semis. But Pistons are legit. I mean, that's all I can say.
Yeah. My problem with them is that, like, Brunson he's just not the guy. They would have needed Cat to be the guy, and he's not. So they don't have anybody to be the guy. I like Brunson. I think he's fine, but he's not. Come on, he's not the guy.
So I mean, I'm curious if what Pater kind of is looking at as far as like what looks good tonight. Again, I just ran stuff, and it looks as though there's all this Memphis value. I'm literally just this is what I did. I updated projections. I ran my bat file, so I knew I had something. Upload, you know, ran lineups with SaberSim, and I uploaded them just so I had them, and downloaded like 1,000 of them so that we could play with some stuff on the Pater thing. And I ran this projection, and I literally haven't not looked at who projects well or who I have. Okay, so this is like literally the first time. So we have these three Memphis guys. I mean, two of them I have 7.5x. I mean, what? I mean, is the whole team out? And then like Kyle Anderson is 6.5x, and then I don't even know who these people. I've heard of Oliver Prosper, but aside from him, I don't even know Javon Small and Jemai Meshack. I don't know who that is. Jalen Wells, I've heard of him, but like all these guys. So is this going to be one of those slates where you play, you know, 4 or 5 Memphis guys, or any of them bad chalk as far as you know?
God, I fucking hope not. What's up, Tribe? You're muted, by the way, coming in, but the Pater stuff, I'm going to bring up the Pater stuff as well. We got Javon Small and OMP up there as well with Brandon Williams. So like similar to what you have. Maybe the biggest difference between your set and Pater's set is Jeremiah Fears, who is a good play, but not an incredible play.
Okay.
As far as ownership goes, let's see. We got Cam Spencer, Jarace Walker, Brandon Williams. I guess we could run over the pivot finder really quick and see. Let's see, we just sort this by ownership and say, is there anybody? I mean, not really, right? Brandon Williams is going to have ownership. Bryce Sensabaugh is going to have ownership. Dyson Daniels looks like an okay pivot off of Cam Spencer, but he's more expensive and projects a little bit less. So, like, you know, you could take it for the ownership discount. He's going to be 10% owned, but Cam Spencer looks like pretty decent chalk. Jarace Walker looks like much shakier chalk. If he's going to be looking like 50% owned or whatever, we got plenty of guys we could go to. We go to Najee Marshall. We could at basically the same price and projecting. He projects less, but he's the same price, and we know that his ceiling is around the same. Sadiq Bey, who is a little bit more expensive, but projects in that same range. Kyle Fikowski, which is going to be a little bit less owned. But they still look like pretty good chalk. It's just going to be one of those slates, I think.
Your tribe, I wanted to point out to you. I mean, you mentioned that I thought about you today because you were mentioning when I mentioned that I used to coach AAU basketball. You were like, oh, that's pretty cool, whatever it is. I literally just got a text from somebody today, some kid that I used to coach. Says, hi, hope all is well. I was recently given an opportunity to do some coaching for a team myself, and we ran into a team a couple of weeks ago. They were great. We got smacked. I saw one of the guys on the team, and it had a jersey saying "No bad twos," and I immediately made me think of you. It's been so long, whatever it is. And that's what I did with all my teams. It was impressing upon them like analytics, but it's from when they were sixth grade, and we had like real fun times with like just when anybody would take like a mid-range shot, like everybody would yell bad two, and then even like when the other team would take like a mid-range shot, like everybody would stand up and yell bad two right at them. It was like really, really fun.
That's
so that type of thing kind of like just sticks pretty well. So I built like a whole bunch of lineups. Okay. And I just imagine, and without even looking at the exposures, that even when you run contest sims and in fact in ownership, you're just going to get like all kinds of Memphis stuff. Let me see. Let me look at Pater at SaberSim first, because this is literally the first I'm going to see, like literally what I have. And then what we'll do is we'll take the 1,000 lineups that I created and throw them into Pater and see if the portfolio manager can really pick the right ones. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, just to get a little context here, I'm playing on DraftKings. I'm not playing too many lineups. On FanDuel, I am. Like on DraftKings, I'm playing 32 in the lottery and 1 in the Mega 8s. FanDuel, I'm playing 150 in the $6 and 1 in the Monster there. So if I'm looking at like just my ownerships right now, it looks like, Javon Small 80%, and then Jalen Johnson, I'm getting like 75% of him, and then Jarras Walker 57%. So all these Atlanta guys plus the Brandon Williams, all surrounded by this kind of Jalen Johnson stud, I guess. And Jalen Johnson, I mean, he's got a projection of 50. So this is one of those slates where you don't really have like your super stud, right? Like you have like a 50 point or something like that projection. Yeah. Like if you, I don't know if Pater runs like optimals, whatever. Like what do the Pater optimals kind of look like?
I can tell you right now.
Yeah. And then we'll do is I'll load all this.
I mean, Jalen Johnson is popping up as like the spend up to have.
Okay.
Yeah. He's in 96% of the top 150.
Yeah. He's like it's absurd. Brandon Williams 82%, Philip Powski from the Jazz 89%, Javon. So it's a lot of Jazz, Memphis, Jarris Walker from Indiana, and then Jalen Johnson as the spend up.
Now interestingly, before I go over it, on FanDuel, it's a whole nother situation. It looks like on FanDuel right now, I'm just looking at my exposures. I'm getting like all this like Zion Williamson for some reason, and then I'm getting Jarris Walker, and then I'm still getting these Spencers, Cam Spencer, but it's not like as Memphis heavy as it is on DraftKings. Is that what you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, you end up. I mean, it's still. I'm not getting Zion Williamson. That's a bit weird, but we're still a lot of Jalen Johnson, Jarris Walker, and Bryce Sensabaugh. But Kyle Filipowski isn't quite as valuable. We don't have a lot of the main Memphis guys. Like Cam Spencer is 35%, OMP is 16%. I think they're just priced more effectively over at FanDuel.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take. So what I did, I'll show you like the file here, and then here's one of the things you got to do. So here's the DraftKings one first. So again, this is just like literally like the top 1,000 lineups rated by whatever. Okay, so we gotta trim this, right? We gotta turn this into a usable file. So may as well do all, do 1,000, whatever, 2,000. So then what we'll do is we'll put so let's go to pay dirt here, and we'll go into portfolio manager.
Man, something you never see on a main NBA slate. I have a lineup in the optimals that's projecting for 25 dupes. On a
really?
Slate, yeah, on a 7-game NBA slate.
Oh, the ownership is getting out of control with
fucking crazy.
Like the value and like the use of the optimizers and the sims, like it's nuts.
Yeah, this lineup it's at 341% ownership, some ownership, which is just an obscene number.
I can't remember what contest it was, but it was like, multiple thousand entry fields last night, and there was like a 9-way dupe to first. It was crazy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, dude, you saw who was it? It was Killer B posted on Twitter that 5 of the 10 dudes in the Thunderdome had the same lineup.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Like five of them, half the field. That's fucked
I
up,
will
dude.
say, like, she's while you're like pulling all that stuff up, I have noticed ownership is not even a function of like field size in terms of it getting concentrated. At least on DraftKings, it's really been a function of like the buy-in. Like once you hit a buy-in, like guys are just playing the same lineups, or like it's just a 1v1. So I actually think there's more leverage in getting to some of those pivots in those higher dollar contests, just because everybody is just playing super conservatively.
Let me see something.
Well, I mean, it makes sense after the NFL season everybody just had that they want to play conservative. Because you couldn't fucking do anything this NFL season except for play the chalk. Like, you had to get duped in order to find any success this NFL season. People are just reeling.
All right. So first thing we're going to do is first. Oh, it actually is taking you on a new route. It's not letting you like make the mistake of bad sequencing here. It's telling you what to do first. Very good. Yep. So first thing, as far as like your pricing source, that I can't see any reason to not load that right from the database.
Right. Yeah.
So now we are going to upload these from SaberSim, just IDs, and then we will put these in here. And we called these. Where are these bad boys? Right here.
Your file organization is so much better than mine.
No, I hope not. And then for load projections file. So again, I already did this. So I am going to use my projections, may as well. And let's just see if this works. I hope so. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Look at that. All right. And now this is kind of cool. I mean, this is kind of like a history of like the different naming conventions. Like if there's one space in a wrong spot or one dash in the wrong spot, this is kind of actually cool. See that. Okay, so let's hit manage portfolio. See that first.
You might have actually broken things. Go back to that load.
You think so?
Yeah, I saw something red down there.
Yeah.
What did I do? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
Then you hit the back button.
Oh, it's all bad, huh?
Yeah, we're all broken.
Okay. I crashed the whole site. Look at that.
Oh God.
Let's try again. Let's first SaberSim, just IDs.
I think it was in your projections file for what it's worth.
Think so?
I didn't see the error on.
Let's see what the projection file looks like then. All right, let's pull it up and see what could be bad about this. Let's see. This can't be bad, right? This looks good to me, doesn't it?
Fine to me.
Let's try again. User upload.
Yep.
And right here.
All right, scroll down for me.
I'm afraid.
I am too. Scroll down on your full bar really quick. Oh, nope, we're good. Okay. Whatever that you did do, you didn't do this time. So
let's see it.
There you go.
Manage portfolio.
Yep.
It's like it's doing something. Okay.
There you go.
All right. So this is the 1,000 lineups. And let's figure out how to play this. You know, like, so first of all, it's interesting to see, like, you mentioned that you found some dupes in yours.
Yeah, your ownerships are your sum ownerships are lower. I'm gonna guess that is part of like the Saber Sim thing that was going on.
Yes, because the 1,000 I did was ranked in terms of ROI.
Yeah. So your ownerships are lower.
Yeah.
I ran on just straight projections, and so we're gonna have more, and especially because projections are in line with the industry for the most part today, we're just gonna have more ownership. That said, I mean, there's still plenty of lineups that I was getting even in the 260 to 285 ownership range that didn't project for dupes anyway. So I think that you're probably going to end up with, like, my guess is that you're probably going to end up with still a lot of the Memphis guys, but in more unique combinations, and probably just like avoiding the non-Memphis chalk guys.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Okay, so what do we do here? So I got 16. I need to play 16 lineups in this. I mean, what do I want to do? Like, how do I want to use Portfolio Manager to my best of my abilities here? I mean, here we've tried. Well, first of all, we've tried just looking at it. So let's download the portfolio for a second. And just to kind of see how these things are kind of ranked here. So what would be so bad about ranking them by, like, say, win percentage or something like that, or lineup edge, or any of these things? Is that like way too primitive?
So what I would say that you should probably do first, and this is kind of just the general issue, like macro things that I do with Portfolio Managers. I go into the macro filtering, go into the macro options, and I say only lineups that have an edge of 0 or more, and also lineups that have a max finish percentile of 10%. And that's kind of just like getting rid of lineups that probably have bad dupes or have way more ownership than deserved, or whatever, and then also getting rid of lineups that don't give you any relative value. So if you scroll down that a little bit and you set the max acceptable finish percentile to 0.10.
Yeah, where do I want to go? Sorry.
On that left down a little bit to max acceptable finish percentile.
Okay.
Right there. Nope, that's min. So set that one to 0.10. So
0.10.
Yep.
Okay.
And then right below that, the min acceptable lineup edge, change that from -1 to 0.
Okay.
So that's saying only give me lineups that are at least a neutral edge and have, at worst, a 10th percentile finishing rate in the algos. And then just go down and hit that portfolio button and see what we got left. So right now we have 2,100 lineups, right? That the portfolio button. That one, yep. And that takes us, okay, so it eliminates 300 lineups, right? So now we just have lineups that, yeah, these lineups have at max 1 dupe, it looks like, which is good, right? Like we removed dupes. The next thing that I would probably do after this is take a look and just see what stratifying gets me and see what players I end up when I stratify, right? So,
and what do you want to stratify to here?
Well, okay, so you have 2 options. You can do diversity or you can do weighted ownership.
Those are the 2 best ones. Okay.
For NBA, yes. Usually it's just diversity, right?
Okay.
But for NBA, because NBA is unique in that ownership is very efficient, we can use weighted ownership as a way to say, I want lineups that have lower volatility. And since you already removed all the lineups that have a bunch of dupes, we don't care about ownership anymore, right? Like, having high ownership on lineups that aren't going to be duped means we have plenty of relative value. So go weighted ownership. Now, if you go weighted ownership, change the sample from 0 to 100 up to like 75 to 100.
What is that doing?
So now what you're going to be doing is, and how many lineups do you want? You said you want 16?
Yeah, like maybe 17 or something like that.
Okay, so change the lineups to produce to 17. And what this is going to do now is it's going to find 17 lineups distributed by weighted ownership in the 75th to, or the 25th to 1st percentile of ownership. So lineups that are very highly owned. So if you do that, then it's going to give you 17 lineups that are highly owned, but stratified within ownership.
So hit portfolio and it just did it already, right?
Yep, already did it. So now it's at 17. So now you can take a look at these lineups and say, are these lineups that I like to play or whatever? If you were to see something and look at these lineups and say, I think these are fine, but maybe I have too much of X guy or too much of Y guy or too little of these guys, or like this combination of dudes is too prevalent, right? Like you can do all of those kind of things as well. Then you could adjust things and say, well, since I'm getting a whole bunch of this guy, maybe I want to do a subset with this. Or if I'm getting a whole bunch of these two guys together, maybe I want to reduce that combo based on the combo manager, right? Hold on, you need to restart your portfolio before you do that.
Oh, what do I do then?
Okay, so first go up,
reset
portfolio, and just choose default because you didn't save another base.
Load selected base?
Yep.
So then go back up and do that macro filter again. And it's already open and already set. So you can just hit the portfolio button again.
I only wanted 32. Oh, then you got to go back here again, right? So
you already did that. And now you go back down to stratify and do your 32.
Let's do this again. So 32, right like this, the portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I lied. I actually am playing 32 lineups in this thing. So
well, there you go.
I mean, now here is like more philosophy than anything else. And I don't get a holy war about this with like the whole world, but I always do. It's not even a holy war. Like for me, like when people say, okay, are you comfortable with having this? Are you comfortable having that? Like that question is something that I'm not interested in, because like if you are confident in your inputs, for in my world, then I have no business like complaining about my outputs. If I like my projections and I like my ownership projections, I don't want to after the fact say, whoa, I don't want that. Because if I didn't want that in the first place, I shouldn't have. You know what I mean? I would. Why even put projections in if
you don't want that much of a guy, you got to like drop his projection.
Which, you know what I mean? Like
to an extent, right? I mean, like let's consider PGA 2 weeks ago, right? Sure. Like wide open field. The favorite was like plus 1,800 to win or something, right? Like in a situation like that, you don't want to have like 70% of some golfer.
No,
you just don't. Because like the way that it gets set out, while you can do that, and the projections may dictate it, we have to accept that there's volatility in projections, and we have to accept that there's variance within the outcomes. And when I believe that when you have a sport that is more subject to more variance, right? Something like a PGA or an MLB or an NHL, right? Like those sports necessitate a wider range of exposures. The way that I see it, I agree with you to an extent. Like conceptually, I think you're right, Sheets, and I used to not care about it. But
if part of what you're putting into the system is standard deviation of results, and then you're also doing a good job of, I don't know, doing portfolio management settings and things like that. I mean, like I don't know, to me, like I've never had this problem like in golf. In other words, like you say, okay, like golf is like a highly variant sport. You don't want to have like 95% of a guy. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm not surprised then that part of my normal process, I don't ever get it. You know what I mean? Like I just because the way you put stuff into some of these optimizers, you put randomness in, and you put in what was what I'm looking for? Standard deviation, for example, you're not going to get 80% of a guy. And
Right.
the way I look at it is if you did, there's a reason for it. But I don't think I ever have. Like, sometimes in like FanDuel, you'll end up with like a good amount of, like, say, Scotty, for example, just the way the pricing model works on FanDuel.
Yeah.
But so for me, that's just not my thing. But
and that's exactly the point, is that it's a personal preference thing. EV can be measured in both ways, right?
Yeah,
like your 90% of any given player might have, like, your portfolio that has 90% of Scotty or whatever could have the exact same expected value as somebody who has spread out exposures and hedges and stuff like that. It just depends on the time horizon that it's experienced, right? And how much you make when things go your way versus when other people, like, if you have a more spread out exposure, your floor is better for sure, but you're also not going to nail the core so hard that you're going to have this huge windfall. It's just a math thing. So I'm a little bit more conservative these days. I didn't used to be. I used to be like fucking balls to the wall, and I'd be fine with like having like 6 dudes who were like 75% owned or 75% or more. I didn't care. But like, now that I have, like, with all of the experience that I have, I guess I've just gotten a little bit soft. I've gotten a little bit more conservative about it. But I think that mostly what it comes down to is personal preference of how you like to play and how you want your EV to be realized over time.
1 second. Let me just see. Almost. All right, let's do. Can you do FanDuel with Portfolio Manager or no?
You can, yeah. You have to go get the pricing CSV though. That one you do have to get from FanDuel because they don't allow me to actually plug into their API because they're assholes.
Fucking
hate them.
That seems like a lot of work.
They're such cocksuckers.
You want to try?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is just go download the player pricing.
Well, before I do that, let's give some people sort of what they want. I'll go over like who the good plays are first. Let's
just give them the core.
Yeah, I can't do that, but I can. I don't even know what that is. So this is why, like, so for
what
me,
is this, Zion. What is this? What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is my. Again, I don't like to question it. This is what it is.
I mean, Trey Murphy is out, right?
Okay.
He's priced under 8K. It's a solid. Who are they playing? I think it's a solid matchup.
They're playing Milwaukee.
I feel like they're playing one of my AAU teams, I think.
Yeah. Milwaukee is whatever.
I don't know, man. I haven't projected for 39.4.
And he's not going to be owned. I don't think he's projecting from.
I have him at 28% projected.
Yeah, we have him 26.
All right. So.
I mean, I have him projected relatively well.
I'll take the under on that.
I have him projected relatively well. We're not getting a shit ton of him in the optimals though. When I go and look at the optimals,
Sadiq Bey is who they love.
Sadiq Bey
and Fields, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got Zion in 14% of the top 150 on FanDuel.
Okay. So this is what I like. I tell you, so it looks like Zion, Jarvis Walker, Kobe, not Kobe, whatever. Rudy Gobert, I guess. I mean, again, the core. See, again, like core is just so like just foreign to me. You know, it's like. You know what you can do? Hey, if you can find me, you know, how many players are in a FanDuel lineup? 9?
Yeah.
I mean, if the top 10 guys here in my rankings can all fit into one lineup, that's good, I guess.
Right.
Let's see that. 2 + 2 to 10 is 59,700, right? Is that what the salary is?
Brother, you're gonna get duped hard on that lineup. It's gonna be in your portfolio, and it's gonna have like 280 dupes.
Is that how much is FanDuel's cap? 60,000?
60,000, yeah.
And is there one from every position in here? I think so, right? See, there you go. Everybody, this is my core.
I can hold on. I can try to hand build that. Hold on.
Yeah, there it is. This is it. This is the winner.
All right, let's see. So we got Zion here. We got Jalen Johnson. We got Gobert. Hold on.
So this would be a cash lineup, I guess, right?
Oh yeah, that's for sure a cash lineup. Jarvis Walker.
Well, so here's an interesting question. So we're gonna test SaberSim right now because you commented that this is gonna be in your portfolio and it's gonna be mega duped. So here's like a question. Okay, without looking, we're gonna look in a second. Do you think that this lineup, if it can in fact be built, is in my portfolio? Because I built a portfolio with 150 lineups, using SaberSim for FanDuel. And like question one, is this an actual lineup? I guess yes, it is, right? I see what guards.
No. It's not. It's not.
Oh, shoot.
You're missing a point guard.
No, what about the Cam Spencer?
Yeah, you only have one point guard.
Oh, you need two. Oh, shoot.
Two. Yeah.
So you know what you'd have to do? You'd have to put Brandon Williams in for for Sensabaugh, right? Can that work?
No, you have too many power forwards.
Damn. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's okay.
That's close.
But that's a core. If you wanted it,
it's gonna be Javon Small. That's Javon Small. That's who it'll be. Yeah, because he can slot in there.
Well, here he is, point guard or whatever. So let's take a look just for funsies. Let's see what my exposure is on FanDuel. No, Small. I only have 33% of him.
Yeah, but he's in that lineup. That you just like that's.
Well, let's just see. Okay, so let's look at who did. Let's look at all the Zion. Who else? What were the other guys?
It's Cam Spencer.
Hang Anthony on, I gotta look at the lineups here first. So how do I find that? I used to know how to do this. All right, lineups. Let's just. I used to know how to do this again when I was more into the SaberSim. So Zion. Who else? Spencer.
Spencer, yeah.
And then
Anthony Edwards. Bryce Sensabaugh.
So you can see this. I have 14 of 150 with these three. Who'd you say the other one was? Prosper?
You can do Jerace Walker.
So I have 7 with these 4. Okay.
Bryce
Sensabaugh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I got 1 with these 5.
All right, let's go see what that lineup is.
So this one is going to be the can I do that? How do I do that? And who's the guy? One guy, D Queen.
Oh, Derek Queen.
He's the one. So we didn't get all chalk. We just got the 5 biggest chalks in this league.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that lineup is probably fine. God, these fucking ROI numbers. God, I hate fucking SaberSim so much, man.
Yeah, these great ROIs, right? I'm like going to be rich.
You can't tell people there's a 613% ROI.
Let's go.
That doesn't make sense.
How can I lose with 600%?
That's mathematically stupid. I've complained about this for years. That like that ROI number is so dumb, dude.
All right, if you want to do this, let's first of all, let's see. I had a lineup that was like killing it in the PGA for like a while. All right, how do we do this? How do we get the data for FanDuel here? The pricing thing?
Yeah.
Do we know?
Hold on. Yeah. So go to lobby.
Oh, okay.
And then just go to NBA. Go to any NBA for the main slate. It's 5 or whatever. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And enter new lineup.
On the left here, right?
It's up on top. Download players list. Nope. Down a little bit. Over to the right.
Yeah, right above where across from the available players.
Yeah, and then you can just save that and upload that.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so let's again. There's no way I'm going to be able to put my own stuff in. So let's start over here. Let's do clear data.
Yep. Go back over to data load.
FanDuel first, right?
Yep.
Data load. All right, let's see.
Okay, so yeah, you'll need to do user upload here.
Okay. Then right here. Oh, what I have to do is I have to. I have these already. Hold on. Let me. I just got to clean this up. FanDuel. Clean this up a little bit. And then we will this in. Where are we? Here. From SaberSim. IDs. Wait, no, it's right over. No, it's an NBA file. Duke. Okay, let's. I don't want to put my own projections in. Let's use yours. Do you have your own? Do you have yours in here?
Of course, yeah. Just load from database.
I load from database. Okay. All right. So let's see what this looks like.
Oh, TJ McConnell starting.
Watch him play like 17 minutes or something stupid.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to dust for it. We'll see. Yeah, these look fine. I mean, max 1 dupes. Ownerships aren't crazy.
And these are 1,000. So I mean, like I could do the same thing. So let's. I mean, why not? Let's do it. So let's go macro filter options.
Yeah.
And let's do minimum lineup edge 0, right? Or no?
Yep. And then max finish percentile 0.1.
Max finish percentile 0.1 or 0.1, is that good enough?
0.1 is fine.
0.1. And then there's another thing, right? Or no?
That hit portfolio. Yep, that's it. That goes from 5,000 down to 2,600. So I got rid of a lot of lineups there.
And then we'll go to stratify, right?
Yep.
70. No.
75 to 100 on weighted ownership, if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, if you're doing the same thing.
Weighted ownership, and then portfolio.
Yep.
How many do you want to make?
And we are building 150 for this one.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
And there you go. I mean, like, how is this losing?
Can't lose,
Famous
man.
last words.
Well, we're going to find out. So, copy
the real test.
Sheets wins all the money.
Will be if this shit opens and like loads into FanDuel, because I never get to test this since I don't fucking play on FanDuel.
Yeah,
I literally can't. It's banned in CT. I can only do FanDuel Sports.
Yeah.
I can't do.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So let's throw.
I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Yes, I don't miss it.
Fucking site, man.
So I guess the question is, I mean, we glossed over it pretty fast, but am I going to have to do something with this McConnell thing?
I don't think so.
We have him We had him projected for 17 minutes, even with him starting.
Okay.
I don't like.
No, he's got to play more than 17 minutes if he's starting.
Well, no, he'll jump a bit. I think he's probably going to end up in the 21, maybe 21. Yeah. He's not going to play 30.
Let me just
because guard isn't where they're thin. They still have Cam Jones, Taylor Peter, TJ McConnell, the Ethan Thompson thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Quentin Jackson, like all of those guys can like handle the ball.
I'll pull up the rotation stuff and like just make sure that it's not anything that we really need to care all that much about. But I don't think that we do.
Well, they SaberSim has them with a 21-point projection. That's not a big deal.
No.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like Jarris Walker is the one who like is probably going to play like 30 or more minutes because they have no forwards. And
no,
like
so what I do, just so you guys know, in a situation like this, is so I'm upload my projections here just to see, and I just want to see how close I am. Like if like anything looks really really off. Yeah, I mean I already have him at 21 freaking. Yeah, there no adjustments will be made, except why does SaberSim have Ethan Thompson as 0? That doesn't make any sense to me. Is he out somehow?
No, unless they think they really go.
No, this is an error.
They only have 9 available. Like they wouldn't make sense.
They only have 9 available. Well, I mean, I have 10 on my list here, so maybe Ethan Thompson.
I mean, I don't have Ethan Thompson in.
You don't.
He's not available. No, he's not.
He's not. Okay. So this is actually something that.
So McConnell has been updated now in the system. He's at 19.5, which is what I thought he'd be around 20 minutes.
So what I'm going to do is I am going to actually I'm just going to look and see if I have any Ethan Thompson. If I have any Ethan Thompson, I'll deal with it. Otherwise, I'm not going to even bother. Okay, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah, no.
And now, unfortunately, guys, like this is like if you really want to play NBA, and this is literally just the beginning. Okay, like you have to look and see what. So we have 3 games at 7, and the good news is that all your exposure from these Memphis guys is at 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't have to worry too much about that.
And, and Indianapolis, right? Indianapolis is a 7 p.m. lock too. So
that's right. So it's not going to be that big a deal. And listen, I got remember all my exposures coming at 8 o'clock with the Zion. That's it.
On FanDuel, yeah.
Right.
Also,
here's another question, by the way, that people ask on slates like this. How many Memphises is too many Memphises? Like, would you make a rule that you have a max X of Memphis? Or some people that have been playing for a long time would say, well, if you played X amount of Memphises, would you want to make sure to have a Utah guy as a hashtag run back?
We can say Jeremy's name. He's not the boogeyman.
But who's Jeremy?
Oh, Jeremy
King.
Yeah, Jeremy King in the Discord.
Oh, okay.
He is very big on correlation.
Yeah. Then again, this is going to be another holy war. I don't want to fight. But like for me, like that stuff's all baked into everything, and I'm not worried too much about that. Like I'll play.
For me personally, like I said, a max 3, and just by building, like I got a lot of 2-3 Memphis, but because of the projections and how things shook out, like I got a lot of Utah guys, so you end up with that Memphis Utah.
Well, there you have naturally. It. Well, and there you have it. In other words, like for me, I'll just run in this. This is why I'm sort of poisoned by like SaberSim a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like I trust them that they, that they factor in like how many is too many and whether you need to run back and this, that, and the other thing. And if I get if I get 6 Memphises in my lineups, I'm just going to accept it. I just am. And some people will say to me, well, what if it's like really close between 2 guys? Will you break a tie like by playing a run back? And unfortunately for me, the answer is no. If it's a tie, I'll figure out a way to break it. You know what I mean? I don't kind of roll that way. And all I will also say is that looking back at like all of my big scores, okay, doesn't matter what's a big buy-in, a small buy-in, whatever it is, I would say almost without exception, there are like lineups that I just never would have, conceptualized in my head. You know what I mean? Like it's never like, like even like I love Big T, but back in the day it was like, well, every lineup's got to tell a story. Like my stories never get told. You know what I mean? Like I try to tell a story, they end up like nightmares. You know what I mean? Like my winning line, it's like funny back when True DFS was like, when I was just with them, like I would always say, oh my God, I'm not playing Aaron Nola. I never freaking went with Aaron Nola. And I did that like 10 slates in a row without even realizing that on the cover of True DFS was a $100,000 win that I had with Aaron Nola starting. You know what I mean? Like these things that we think about, you know what I mean? Like they just don't exist. And I know this sucks, you know what I mean? It's very contra to sports, it's very contra to anything, but the less you think of these freaking players as actual human beings, you know what I mean? Like the better. And the less you think of them even as players, the better. I mean, the more you like treat them like just freaking data points in the matrix, like you're just going to do much better. That's why the people that make the most money doing this stuff are people that really don't know too much about sports. With the exception of Utica. Like Utica wins money, and he knows a lot about sports. But anyway,
I always had these back and forths with Blender, where it was, well, do you want to be right or do you want to make money?
Right.
And you are very much in the I want to make money. And Blender was very much in the I want to make money. And I only lean a little bit into the I want to make money because I like the puzzle of it all. Like I like the skill expression of it. I like, but that being said, 3 of my like 5-figure, like $50,000+ wins have come from optimizer lineups and portfolios. And like 2 of them have come from hand-built lineups. So I'm
Meanwhile, we got to get Kiki ready to go. I'm going next week. I'm going to the NHL Live Final in Florida.
Hey, that's
I'm pumped. I'm bringing Mrs. Sheets. We're gonna go and if Fort Lauderdale, of course, where hockey was born. And they're taking us to. It's cool. DraftKings takes us to a game, which is nice.
Yeah.
And I get to meet some of the hockey guys, like some of the hockey specialists. The DFS cool. Hofbrau will be there, I guess, and these other guys that I'm always fighting in the hockey.
Oh man, is Hofbrau even like good anymore? Who knows?
Oh no, I don't know.
He's had a hard year. Yeah, hard 2025.
Oh really?
He lit the fucking world on fire early on in 2025, but then, anyway, he's a good player. I'm just talking shit. DraftKings, I don't know if you saw the change, but now if you have 2 or more tickets to a live final, you can bring 3 people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So now if you only have 1 ticket, you only have 1 +1. If you have 2 tickets, you have a +2, which means that I can bring Margaret and Damascus if I have 2 tickets to the MLB live final. And I think you can bring up to 5 people if you have 5 tickets.
Yeah, I know Utica like gives away some of his +1s.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for that.
I only have the one for the hockey. One's plenty. I'm not good enough at hockey that I want to go play for like 8 lineups against these guys. I'm just kind of psyched that I won the 1 Steve. All right, I guess that's pretty much all I got. Mrs. Sheets is making dinner, so I'm gonna go enjoy that. And good luck all these Memphis guys I've never heard of. And yeah, just a little heads up, everybody. I did do a kind of an MMA, just regular DFS breakdown. I'm considering doing another line of construction video, specifically devoted to like building for the throwdown. If I do, you'll see that post in the Discord. And also, James, I'll send you my ownerships for that.
Yes,
sooner than later. And that's gonna do it. Good luck, and listen, this win tonight is all Pater. I really have no idea what Pater did with my lineups, and we'll find out.
Let's see. All right, good luck, man. Good luck.
See you later.
Peace.